Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kwadwo Sheldon. The head is big for a reason. And this is Convo with the Head in a different settings. I call this one Pod in the Grass. Pod in the Grass. Now, on this episode, we are going to have, I'm not going to say a political conversation, but it's going to sway towards politics and a whole lot of things. Now, on this episode, as I said, we are not in our studios. We have a special guest on Convo with the Head. Now, this man is, former member of parliament, a lawyer, former national chairman of one of the biggest political parties we have in the country, and his name is Mr. Freddie Blay. I have Mr. Freddie Blay here with me, not in my studio, in his house, in his garden, and we are going to have a conversation. This is like the garden of Blay. Garden of Blay.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, Kwadwo.
The way you swag out today, no be small, the sneakers and the...
I'm at home.
Okay.
I feel free.
But you...
Particularly in your company.
Yeah, the cap and everything.
Yes.
I feel the Gen Z vibe.
I'm an old man.
You're an old man, but you get swag.
With a young heart.
A young heart.
That's
I'm
right.
on fire. Anyway, so as I told the audience from the beginning, we are going to have like a conversation from, your life to politics to everything. But I would like us to start with, politics, right? Prior to, the elections, I saw you, do interviews, grant interviews, and you were very optimistic about the fact that the New Patriotic Party was going to win the elections. Then the election was organized. We went through the process, and I can't explain what happened. I want from someone from where you sit as a party person, a statesman, and all these things. What happened to the NPP?
Well, just as you said, prior to the elections, some of us were upbeat. We're convinced that considering what the previous government had done, particularly coming from 2017 to 2020, prior to COVID-19, I'm talking about. And then, of course, Russian-Ukraine war, the economy dipped. And then, of course, life was a bit difficult. Rising inflation, prices were very high.
Okay.
And the whole world was feeling it. Ghana was part of the world. And things were not easy, I must admit. Then thank God, of course, the COVID passed, and then we adapted to even the war in Ukraine and with Russia. So the economy started picking up, particularly in 2024. Getting to the end, you could see the GDP was rising, and food prices were coming down, and debt to GDP was becoming manageable.
Okay.
So one would have expected that, having gone through the difficulties, we will coast along and things will improve. But this is politics. I have a feeling maybe we could not carry the populace along.
Okay.
The difficulties were such that tolerance level were over. And therefore, we suffered for it. But that's politics.
Yeah. The president said during the campaign, the president now, John Dramani Mahama, said it was about the economy. So from let's juxtapose infrastructure against the economy. Getting to the end of Akufo-Addo's administration, infrastructural projects were being commissioned.
Because we have started,
interest. Yeah.
The government had then started these infrastructure that you referred to, roads, bridges, flyovers,
hospitals and
everything else. But they did not start in 2024.
Okay.
We started them long time, except that they somehow were paused because of experiences that I've referred to. Then getting to the end, and when the economy started picking up, these were completed. Many of them were completed. And therefore, the president went around commissioning many of them.
Yeah.
Plenty of them, I must say that.
Yeah.
But of course, the people were not impressed because of the experience they had gone through. And therefore, they will live for the day, I would say. And say that let's feed ourselves. Let the economy come down. But we're caught up in the jaws of the difficulties.
Okay.
And as I said, greater percentage of the Ghanaian populace ordinarily would have supported NPP. But they were a bit angry.
Do you believe in the voter apathy argument?
The voter apathy argument went on largely against NPP. This is my argument.
Okay. But why?
Because, as I said, they thought we are not done well at the economy. My argument, like I've continued to tell you, was that we should have gone down to explain that, yes, difficulties there were, but that's not because we're mismanaging the economy. The difficulties were because
you believe this got
the world.
But do you believe there was no mismanagement?
I am
since we are talking about
80% convinced that there was no mismanagement.
80%?
80% convinced.
But the ordinary Ghanaian didn't believe that.
Well, we were victims of agitation and propaganda. And we thought people would see what is happening. Roads are being built and preparing to meet the exigencies of the time and later on for the economy to pick up. Unfortunately, maybe people didn't see it that way. And we did not work hard at it.
Parliament, performance-wise, abysmal. Numbers dropped to a level where they are even calling the president a supreme leader because of the 2/3 majority that he has.
It's happened. That's what doesn't surprise me. As I said, a greater percentage of our own membership failed to turn up for the vote. And it was not limited to places.
Okay, so this is not Ashanti region specific.
Ashanti region that we would have had maybe 1 or 1.5 million voters could have, if they had turned up, could have been near to our. But let's say, you could see that it went around the whole country. The few votes that we could have picked from all other areas to add to what overwhelmingly could have come from Ashanti, we didn't. So let's admit it. It's happened.
Okay.
People were not happy. It turns out that because of the economy, because of the difficulties we are going through. But it's not limited to just this election.
Okay.
All over, if you go back to 1966, thereabout, same accusation, inflation, mismanagement, unemployment, all these things were accusations that were leveled against the government that maybe looking back now, some people say that.
Are these like the facts on the ground, or it's just an accusation? Because you just mentioned unemployment and the youth. When you do, like, let's say you do sentiment analysis, and I am very big on Twitter, so I follow most of the youth who drives like they drive conversation around politics and everything. And you could see them tweet about some of these things, right? They were frustrated. In the universities, you lost in every university.
I've observed that.
Yeah, and this is like a huge chunk of the youth.
Yes.
NPP in 2016 used
it's a reflection
yes.
of the youth sentiment.
Yes.
I am not denying that. I'm saying that the youth also were victims of the propaganda.
Yes. So it's not an accusation or propaganda. I feel like if they had jobs to do, because I sat with Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and I asked him a question about what he would do when he comes to power with regards to employment, and he laid a lot of things out. But then he said the government had created 2-point-something million jobs. Now, for someone who, deals with like the youth, you come to the grounds and you ask them and they tell you, either we are employed and we are being paid paltry sums of money or there are no jobs. So I think we have to decipher, propaganda from the facts on the ground, since we are being honest to the electorate.
Kwadwo, I am telling you what I sincerely believe.
Okay.
I will agree with you that we didn't have full employment. And government, when we are talking about statistics, the number of people have been employed. And Nana Danko Akufo-Addo's government, compared to the Fourth Republic, compared to what other governments, previous government have done. Of course, a lot of people were employed, even in the public sector. Public sector, the police, immigration, customs, the army itself, marked increase in employment. But of course, that formed a small part of what the youth of this country would be, because we're churning out a lot of graduates, unemployed graduates. But there is no magic solution to employment unless you open up the base, unless you have industries in the cottages, industries in the rural area. That's why we came out one factory. But these have not come up. They don't mature all of a sudden.
It takes a very long,
a little time. I don't want to say a long time. A little time.
Some
time. And people were not patient, I'm saying. But I wouldn't say just people were not patient.
A hungry man is not a patient person.
Absolutely. And I'm saying that we should have worked hard on the propaganda and agitation that you are not doing well, you are not providing employment. So you can't command employment jobs from the sky. It's what the performance of the economy, what is happening. Were we doing well or were we messing up the economy? I'm saying the argument, unless you have other facts to the contrary, unless you have an argument stronger than what I've said, that prior to the COVID, the economy was growing about 7 to 8%. One of the fastest growing economy in the world, not even in Africa. And then, of course, unfortunately, a force majeure, COVID, misbehaved towards us. So we dipped. But like I've been arguing with you, after COVID, the economy has picked. As we talk now, the GDP was going to 7.2, maybe more by the end of the day. And therefore, the economy was picking up. If we had made a good argument, if we had gone to the grassroots to let them see what is happening, and not take it for granted that they will see it, and not take it for granted that they will come along, because they've been a little hungry for a while. Unemployment had gone on for a while, and therefore, expectations were high.
So this argument is premised on ineffective communication. Maybe, by your party communicators?
Maybe not just the party communicators, yes.
Okay.
By, of course, the party and the government. But party members were Ghanaians. And they also were experiencing the same unemployment. They were also going to the market and prices were high. It's a reality. Their stomach will tell them. And then they get angry, or they were angry with their own governments. Because the explanation was not forthcoming. That we were not telling them what was on the ground and what efforts were being made. And we were only pointing out that we've done this, we've done free SHS, we've done this one, we've stabilized the economy, the banking system, we are sanitizing it. We are doing a few good things that will take a little time to yield results. They were not patient, and we did not do well at it. So our own members refused. Of course, NDC members, even if you pay the street with gold, many of them are determined. They wouldn't vote for us. And that's true. What happened. They want to vote.
They want to vote in their numbers.
So let's see what happens now. Fortunately, change sometimes also is an indicator of what one is capable of doing. And apart from the fundamentals of shifting the economy, of the paradigm shift, on ensuring that this country will still not remain primary product producers and move elsewhere and so forth. If they are capable of doing it, if we do it well, we all are in Ghana. We will reap the benefits. But if Ghanaians come out to see that honestly, Nadu Dankwa government wasn't doing that badly, except that
honestly, he wasn't doing badly.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so internally, they've set up an 11-member committee, which is chaired by Honorable Professor Michael Quay, to investigate why the NPP lost the election. On the other side of the divide, people are calling for the heads of the national executive. Now, it used to be a national executive. Now, people are calling for the heads of national executive, like resign, resign, resign. They are calling even regional executive. They say they should resign because if in your region you didn't deliver any seat, you have failed. What do you make of that argument?
It's unfortunate that the dust will settle. And people will get sober. Now people want to find scapegoats. If you ask regional executive to resign, go to the constituency. They also did not perform well. Quite a number of our constituencies we lost.
Yeah.
And even those areas that we won, the votes reduced quite significantly.
True.
So the challenge we had is not a question of non-performance of our party members, except that, as I said, we did not come to grasp with the reality of people's not being very satisfied with what was happening and therefore not being patient. Maybe if you come to that, you say we all failed. We didn't see that way. We were busy thinking that the economy would perform. The facts and figures would speak for themselves. Unfortunately, that's not been, we missed that.
Okay.
And therefore, let's go back. Let's wait a little. Let us be patient. And let's see if, by the grace of God, this government does well, correct the mistakes that we made, and improve the economy, full employment for people, continue with the projects that we started, policies that we mounted, like free education, and then national health insurance, and other good things that
dialysis stuff, and
everything. If they can do that, let's say, if it's not broken, don't mend it. It should continue. On the other hand, if it turns out that they mess up, which me sitting here with you, I'm convinced they can do better than what we were doing, the hard work Nadu was doing. If they don't do well, people will come in our local parlance, say, look, this is your stone. What you did well, but we made a mistake. Individual makes mistakes, communities make it, society sometimes could make a mistake. And if you also correct what we should have done and didn't do, come 2028, God willing, it may be another story.
You think they should fail Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia for 2028?
Of course, people have argued that. If you ask me for my own opinion, I would definitely say yes.
Okay.
I would definitely say yes. But as I said, it's too early to even talk about that. Let's wait. Let's listen to the committee's report. Let we ourselves do more analysis, agree among ourselves that we made a mistake here, we made a mistake here. It's not the candidate we failed, but there were a few mistakes that we all made. Maybe we didn't see it well. From the candidate down to all of us. Then we may correct our mistakes. I will say that I will go ahead to fail him. On the other hand, I'm only a lone voice.
Okay.
If others say otherwise, why not? It's democracy. Majority will carry the vote.
The new government, it's been 12, 13 days. What do you make of it?
It's too early.
It's too early?
It's too early, except that they started with the wrong footing by allowing a lot of their members, which are, I would say, organize themselves into thuggery, closing, going to various ministries and organizations, closing them down, looting and destroying things. Some companies were doing good job, and then how the investment to improve the economy. They've gone there to remove generators, air conditioners, and generally destroy things. I think the government, particularly the president, should have spoken early.
Okay.
And have warned the people to stop what they were doing. Unfortunately, I didn't see that. It didn't happen.
They cited an article in 2016, where you justified.
I think I didn't do so. I know I didn't do so. If you go back, I think they are only doing what one refers to as equalization.
Okay.
But it's intellectually dishonest for them to say so. At that time, they were particularly in the ports and Pediasi, where individuals were going to carry away furniture, taking louvers, and then just like what they are doing now, air conditioners, removing them from Pediasi Lodge. It's government money. And then people going to the harbor, vehicles that had been imported into the country, containers were being loaded away, just like what is being done, that fertilizers, rice, parts in warehouses, they were carrying them away. That is not protecting state property. That's what they are doing. At that time, I said, look, people were doing that at the harbors. We were doing that in Pediasi and one or two places. Say they should not do it. People should protect that one. If it means our members should ensure that. But I even called and police and law enforcement agencies to come quickly and take control and ask members of our party to keep calm, to stay calm, and not engage in any ruffian attitude towards going to offices and doing all that. They didn't do that. They didn't go to ministries to sack people from their offices. So this, I think, kind of supposed equalization. I think it's dishonest.
Okay. Oral.
Dishonest.
Have they invited you?
Nobody has invited me.
Why are you being targeted? Your son, your wife, you are being targeted. And before we get to that, let the argument of the constitutionality of the setup. Now, we have legal luminaries who have argued that ORA is not grounded in the Constitution.
At all.
It's just vibes like that. And there is the Attorney General designate who has also argued that it is constitutionally grounded. Now, from a lawyer, you've practiced law, you've read the Constitution, you've interpreted a lot of things. What do you make of oral? And people have also argued that it's like a witch hunting.
It's personalized witch hunting. But first, you have asked me two questions. One, constitutionality. Definitely, at the time that they set up oral, government had, President John Mahama had not taken office. Government was in the hands of Nana Akufo-Addo. Was still in power until the 7th that the new government was sworn into office. So why do you set up? You couldn't do that. They could advise you, but they shouldn't go around and make it look like as if personalized witch hunting and going to people's houses, going to people's set up land that they say people have acquired. For land, it doesn't run away. If I have a land here, I'm going to take it away unlawfully. Definitely, it could wait for you to set up a constitutional body, backed by law, to go into it. Then, of course, even if I put a building on it, you can get it taken
demolish
off,
it.
Demolish it. They didn't do that. It's someone among them said that it's a question of naming and shaming them. I think that's populist, and it's unfortunate. It's reminiscent of the coup era that they've taken over, and therefore they can go around and do whatever it is. Fortunately, they've been reminded that no, you can't do that. And some people have even been advised, when they invite you, don't come. They haven't invited anybody, to my knowledge.
You actually
for one.
You threw a challenge.
Yes, I for one. I'm saying that, well, if this body that the government and John Mahama want to set up anybody like that properly and backed by law, and then they invite me or invite my children who have never worked in government anywhere else, unless they have some term they call state capture, which has not been defined. It's meant only to please the gallery.
They make mention of the Labadi land.
There's no Kwadwo. Labadi Hotel had taken my son's company to court, claiming that there is a park, that park belongs to them, although outside their walls. And I'm saying that I can tell you for the fact as a lawyer that is very far away from any land that belongs to the hotel. It's a park which the Labadi Traditional Council had allowed my son's company and people who are visiting the beach to use to park their cars. They are not claiming ownership. My son's company is not claiming ownership.
Okay.
But the Labadi Traditional Council wants it. I've not given it to you. Now you are claiming it. You've gone to court, and I say the court will decide. I don't want to prejudice what will happen. But I can tell you with authority and from my little experience as a lawyer that they short while. They wasted their time, and then they come and say that, well, even where we are putting up the club, the beach club, should not be there because they had an agreement with those who give them their own land that anybody building anything at that place should contact them or should consult them, and before they do it that way. The land that my son's company is operating from is not emanating from government. It's not a government land. It belongs to the tradition, and even it is on the beach. On the beach is no man's land. There are about 60-something clubs and bars on the beach. Why only my son's company? It's personalized rich hunting. And it's being led by Kwadwo, a black one. He's leading that. He's even gone to GT, that is Ghana Tourist Board. They should withdraw the license for the place that is employing more than 250 people. Giving job to these people. Making it possible for those who come from the diaspora and Ghanaians to go there and entertain themselves. Nothing untoward is being done there. Just like some of the clubs that are on the beach are doing. Why that one? Why aim at it? I say it's personal. In this country, self-vindictiveness based on the belief that maybe Freddie Blay is involved. And at first, they made it look like as if Freddie Blay entered into some arrangement with the hotel management because of his politics or because of his political clout, which is unfortunate. It had nothing to do with it. And therefore, they are mean wrongly. So I would say that what to put it to, they'll gain nothing. They are wasting on our trouble. But be it as it may, it is in court between us. And at the end of the day, the truth will come out.
Do you get tired of all these things? Also,
in my language, there is a proverb that when somebody is running after you, aiming at you, when he's not tired, you don't get tired.
But you technically you've retired from active politics.
Yes.
You're supposed to be chilling and resting. But it's like every single day your name is being dragged into disrepute.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But I've told my friends that I've gone 15 rounds before. I've survived Rhoda's government. This is a constitutional government. It's 6 rounds. I'll survive.
You will survive.
I'll survive.
Beautiful. You will survive. Constitutional rule, you will survive. Now, the Rawlings era. I mean, I watched an interview you did with Akufo-Addo where you narrated how you were, in prison or jailed for a year. And
I was in prison. I wasn't jailed.
You were in prison.
Yes.
For no cause. You were just a victim.
A political prisoner.
Exactly.
That's right.
And from that time till this time, this time, the kind of dispensation that we find ourselves, what has changed? What keeps you going? You're still in politics. Me, if you put me in jail for one day, I will stop. I will stop everything. You have survived regimes and you are still fighting. Why?
Yes, it's not a question of fighting. It's
you still surviving.
Yes, the punishment of those who refuse to take part in politics, they live at that government of fools. I'm saying that.
Please say that statement.
Yes, the wise men in the country or in any society who refuse to take part in politics is that they live at that of fools. I think we should all be politically active. If we live in a society and you are public spirited, it's not today that I've been involved in the politics. I've been a student politician from the secondary school to the university and up to now. It's become some kind of, I won't say occupation, but my interest has been in it. And it's unfortunate I went to parliament, yes. And as a lawyer, I've been interested in human rights and public service. I think adrenaline flows when you are involved in it, particularly if you are driven or motivated to do good, to improve on the society. I have a feeling that after all, what's life? If you can't contribute towards the society you live in, I think it's a contribution. The price to pay, I'm not thinking of it. But sometimes it's a high price. And it overflows and affects your family. Yes, just like what is happening now. And my pain is sometimes I can see my children and my relatives
being targeted,
and then they get hurt for maybe my own chosen career or occupation. I apologize for it, but
it is what it is.
It's just what it is.
Also, like in our dispensation, we see some politicians grooming their sons and daughters to take over from them. We've seen a lot. Like, I can cite an example. General Secretary of NDC, I see doing it here. His son is now in Parliament. Your son is balling at Labadi. Are you not, grooming them to take over from you? Or you are so done with politics that you don't want to involve your kids?
I wouldn't say that I'm so done with it. I would have loved it if they would be interested. But I think the experience sometimes puts them off. They are, since I went from jail and then when I came back and I've been in politics, they have not had their privacy and then what they want to do themselves. Some of them have different opinions as to what they want to do with themselves. Having been trained somewhere else and have come home, their own chosen fields excite them. If you want to evolve it, you want to build estates, it's not a bad idea. If you want to do entertainment, polo club and big things happen and do other things as well, which not necessarily because you make money out of it, but it also helps. Make them happy, excited. I don't want to force anybody to get himself involved. Some may be in the law profession. I didn't ask them, go and be lawyers. But they chose it. And they are free to do so. I endorse whatever they do. And I praise them, and if I can encourage them, I do so. But if any of them will have loved to take politics also as occupation, I will not be sad for that. I'll not be sad.
So, the question has vanished from my head. Moving on from everything that has happened. Now, right now, the current regime, there is an argument that they give or they create fertile grounds for the youth to thrive in their political party as compared to the NPP. And it is based on the fact that the new appointments coming in, like they are, putting the fate of the political party in the hands of the youth. And then there is the NPP where people think we have the old heads still, maintaining or still in the back end, pulling strings and things. What do you make of that? Do you think The NPP has lost touch when it comes to like giving opportunities to the youth.
I disagree with that because, Nana's government, Nana Dankwa, I wish you could look at it. Quite a number of youth were given positions.
I know Adame.
Dame is a young man. MPA, the guy who was there, boss, young man, was involved. Quite a number of places the youth were given the opportunity, some from the diaspora. And of course, you should blend. It's not that you say you have retired all grown-ups and giving it all to the youth. They will also, of course, the youth will grow to become old. But it's a question of opportunities and experience and technical know-how. You are handling the economy. You need to give it to hands that are reliable. So that's why we say that we are competent at handling the economy.
Okay.
But let's see what they do. Maybe they will do better. We learn a lesson from them. If they mess up also, you point a accusing finger.
Okay. Are you still going to, be active in all these or?
Well, Nanado once said that there are two professions you don't retire. Maybe the law profession. Some go to court until they fall. And politics as well. The politics, you don't say, I'm retiring from politics. You get involved. It depends on being active and being on the platforms and go and do the sort of things. I'm not too sure I'm going to be on platform. So I don't have the
energy, the
energy and then exuberance for it. So I will play some role, yes. Like I'm talking to you now.
Yeah.
I will mount a defense if it's a question of answering questions that you want to put, when analyzing what is happening, encouraging the youth to do what I think is good for their tradition. I will definitely be involved.
Okay.
I won't say I will take just a back seat, but we will urge young men, talk with them, encourage them, and maybe also give them advice here and there. I'm not retired from the game of politics.
I think we've done much on politics. So let's switch to your personal life a bit. When I came in,
you are still talking about personal life.
I mean, it is what it is. When I came in, I hear you call your wife Baby G. Baby G. Me, I know they call my the youth. We don't even do that, but old man Blay was all in love, calling her baby G and sons. You've been married for a very long time.
Yeah, that's quite a long time.
How you they do you forgive me game.
There is no magic to it. It's a question of having lived with each other for a while. A long while, I must say. Get to know each other, and therefore, you, particularly when you've been out for long, and you come home, you want to cool down the temperature. I'm used to it.
Okay.
I'm used to my friends. I'm used to my people that live around me. If we gel, and when we gel, I think I don't consciously do it, but some say that it's not a bad idea. There are challenges, let me tell you, but I try to hide the challenges.
You hide it? You don't solve it?
Well, that's right. I mean,
that's the way of solving it.
Part of the way of solving the challenges is you stay away from it. Time sometimes heals some of such heat, and therefore I can't tell you this or that, but I think he's tolerant. I am the one who is not extremely tolerant, so he tolerates.
But you're stubborn or rough. Stubborn academy.
I am from Adisada.
Oh, you see.
A bad boy.
Bad boy. Adisada boys, all of them.
Not all of them.
Some majority, 99%.
No, that's not the case.
Yeah. But I mean, she understands. I'm sure she understands.
She was also, fortunately, through the grace of Nana Akufo-Addo, is being an ambassador to Germany, a very important president for 8 years. He's also learned the ropes. He's been very nice and extremely loving. And therefore, I think I'm blessed.
What do you do to like release stress, wind up, and make sure like you blow off steam and things? What do you do?
A lot of things. I'm almost always surrounded by, young men. I learned a lot from them.
True.
So that I can also pretend to be young. Where they are
You see,
captain,
you understand, like.
As I try to young at heart, I told you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I do a lot of. I love going to the beach. I love attending to gardens. I love.
You have a beautiful garden.
I try to do that in my village and elsewhere. And I visit my friends and.
You're still in touch with your old friends? You have.
Well, no, my classmates.
You people have like a WhatsApp group that you people.
Absolutely, we do.
Okay.
On a cap, and we meet.
What do people discuss in the group? Give me a sneak peek into
the people are watching you.
Oh, no, we are not exposing them. We just need to know.
We take a few. This day we can't drink that much.
Okay.
There were times you could drink a little, but we discuss all the things that you think we don't. We discuss a few things, big jokes at each other's expense. But we learn a lot. Try to learn about life. Now, we want to know how to be healthy. We learn how to contribute towards society, prevent crime, and contribute towards societal growth and so forth. We visit each other.
Yeah.
But because I was involved in politics, I was a bit absent in some of these things. But now that I'm slowing down, I'm going back. Say, be with your friends.
Okay.
As you grow old, have the company of your classmates. You can always be. They know you for what you are. You can mess around a little and let them know that indeed you are still what you used to be.
Yeah.
And among ourselves, that's what we do. Of course, we are becoming endangered. Quite a number of us are also passing on, but that's life.
You also. I mean, it's not like I am putting every information out there, but before this interview, he ate acheke.
I did.
Acheke.
Acheke is my.
It's like your native
food
kind of food.
Yes.
Is that your favorite food?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I used to love bread a lot.
Bread?
Bread. White
Just bread?
But it's not good. Bread with anything else.
Okay.
I eat bread.
Have you had bread with shito before?
Oh, I wouldn't say so. I have never tried it.
Oh, you for try 'em. Oh, you don't eat bread again?
I've reduced it.
Just cut a slice and
reduced it because of its carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates,
glycemic level. Because my sugar it's not too good. So I try to stay healthy. But I sometimes steal myself and eat bread.
Please try the shito.
With shito?
You would love it. Just spread it on the surface and just take a bite.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
From you, Kwadwo.
I'm giving you game. Now, you see, your story is inspiring, right? From where you come from to becoming a lawyer and, in politics, all the things that you've been through and you are still standing strong, taking care of your family, inspiring people within your political party and even outside. More times, the Ghanaian youth, you have people in position of power disparaging us, like Ghanaian youth are lazy, Ghanaian youth are this, Ghanaian youth are that. You have a son who is managing one of the biggest beach fronts in the country, and he's a youth. He's like a young person. What can the young ones coming up, what can we do to make sure that we are on the right path to success? It's not, let me put it this way, it's not a sudden flight that puts you wherever it is. Yeah. You may be lucky if you win lotto. Yeah. But that's not to encourage you to go and stick lotto. Not sticking it, no. But the most important thing is that take your education seriously. Learn hard when you have the opportunity, when you are young, when your brain is still fresh. Functioning. Learn skill. These days, it's information technology. A skill economy. That's what you got to do. Do more. Learn profession. If it's engineering, technology, you want to do that. Then, of course, any profession that you feel at home with, you do that. You prepare yourself. Discipline. Discipline and hard work. And therefore, you add a little integrity so that people can rely on you. You deal with your friends straight with them. And then, of course, teamwork. Learn teamwork. Some say that you should prepare yourself physically for it.
You work hard. So you train to make sure that you don't fall sick easily. And as I said, you become reliable, dependable, and you prepare yourself. And then you follow your passion. Follow your passion and you look at opportunities that abound. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you won't get a job. Sometimes when you come out from schools, irrespective of the age that you scored and so forth, you may find it a little difficult. But you don't give up. When opportunities are created by the government, opportunities are being created. If you also have the opportunity to go out, but I prefer to work here. If it's better always, nowhere else can you be as confident and have equal opportunities like you do in Ghana. This country, it's a very rich country, except that the economy is not yet expanded to such a level that you have all your... But you are coming up, maybe our generation let you down. We've not done as well as we could have created more opportunities to make it readily available. South Africa has not done it. Kenya has not done it. Even Mauritius have not done it. Botswana hasn't done it. Go to Nigeria, it's worse. But we could set the trail.
Precedent.
Do that. Because Ghanaians have a knack of doing things in their own way and make it a rich country with good farmlands. Farming, I'm talking about farming in this country, agriculture.
Yeah.
Opportunities.
It's a space that the youth, we don't gravitate towards.
They don't.
Yeah.
It's a jam selling. It's a very big, which you can value added to it. You could turn it into something else. Salt industry needs a little capital. But SMEs could be set up. But you must first have the experience before you move. Some say, I want to do business. It's unfortunate that sometimes we are being encouraged to do that because even those that we look up to, we think all that they did was that all of a sudden they came across and they were rich or they were successful. No. They did hard work. I'm not saying all, but they did hard work. But sometimes our musicians even, which we look up to, they make it look like as if money is an obsession.
Yeah.
Money can be an obsession. It's good to have the money. But when you get involved in your own profession, when you get involved in what you love doing, money, if you are lucky, and God being so good, will let it come also. But more importantly is to volunteer to help your society, be of good service to society, bring your friends together. If you want to help them, do help them. And you learn a lot more tricks. You learn a lot of other skills out of it. And it helps you in doing whatever you want to. It opens up your mind. And you can take advantage of the opportunities. Being public-spirited person, like what I know you've been doing, you work hard at it. You love the job you are doing.
True.
Yes, you want to make money so that you take care of yourself. But because you love your job, the rest will follow. If this country, the youth, learn that, they have creative abilities, energy full of it. God will bless them. And they will help this country build.
So my next question, this is not a question, but do you have Adudi's number?
Adudi?
Yeah.
You mean the president's?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
That's why I call him Adudi.
Yes.
That's his nickname.
I know.
Why do you think people call him Ado Guy? Is he the guyest president you've ever had?
You're asking me a question that I can't answer.
Because he's your personal person.
It's my president.
Okay.
And he was still a president, and now I consider him Mr. President. I respect him. We are all lawyers. And I love working with him and being with him in the same party. It's a good idea. He works very hard. And of course, he loves music.
Yeah.
He loves good time. Yes, he is a young man who had taken time off to be a little naughty. Let me put it this way: I will have his permission to do that. A little naughty.
Adudi, please grant us the permission.
He's been a bit naughty, and therefore he's loved life as it is. And for that matter, he prefers people know him, know that he would join music, he would join good company. They call him Adudi. It's a
Adugai
guy, nickname. The way he has a swagger, and therefore they appreciate it. So that's why they give him that name.
Okay. All right. I feel like getting to the latter part of his governance, his reputation was a bit. People feel like, oh, some even use the tyrant word on him and things like, oh, he's this, he's that, he's a tyrant, he's an arrogant person, he's that. Why?
I don't believe those things that can stick. It's a question of time. As I said, because we went through the little difficulties that this country went through, which had resulted in this, and then of course they want to heap the blame on him as an. But he worked hard. Economy went down, it improved. I'm saying that as we sit here, everything was put in place. Food to feed school children. Everything else was provided. National health insurance paid up. Farming was being the cocoa industry being brought up.
Yeah, the price was
everything was being done very well. But some people sometimes they remember the difficulty they went through with you. They never forgive you. It's a question of time. And for that matter, then they will resentment sets in. And that kind of resentment is not only against him, against many of us who have been one way or the other connected or have something to do with government. And therefore, let's take it easy and wait for the dust to settle. And accusations leveled against him, they will soon start leveling against them as well.
What makes you like Amapiano?
Well, I don't know.
Is it the drums, the snare? Why?
It's the beat. It's a beat. You know, it keeps you old as we are. A beat is good. You know, as I said,
it's like 99% beat.
Yes, it's good.
Do you dance to it?
But now I can't move as fast and as agile as I used to be.
You used to dance, eh?
I used to love dancing.
Oh.
I used to go to disco quite a lot. And of course now, but doesn't mean I don't love music now. I love not only Amapiano, I love
Afrobeat.
I love what is it? Lumba, I love Shatawale, I love Stone Boy.
Do you listen to Burna Boy?
And all of them. I go to, mind you, quite often I go to the club. I go to the beach club. I listen to them.
When you said the club, I thought the other club.
No, I go to, I love Kenyatta.
You love Kenyatta?
Yes, I love Kenyatta.
Okay.
But I love Amapiano because it's the movement is always cool.
I was going to play Amapiano beats with my mom, but unfortunately you can't dance. So
why not? If you want me to dance to your
Okay, I'm going to try the challenge. I'm going to do it with Mr. Blay, Amapiano. Okay, I have it here. Okay, so Mr. Blay, we are going to dance.
You will start and I'll join you. Hey, you pay me for it.
No, don't worry, I'll pay you.
But it's too low. What?
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So this is the only movement you
I do, but I don't want the children.
Also, they dance and they be doing like
that one I can't do.
Have you seen the Dance God Lloyd?
That one I can't.
Layers.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't.
Okay, so you're
this one it's gentle. I'm supposed to be gentle.
Mr. Blair on the dance floor. Okay, so this is a gentleman dance. The Amapiano dance, they move a lot.
Yes,
but we are not trying to.
By the beat, you go by the beat.
Yeah. All right, so that is Mr. Blair, or that was Mr. Blair on the dance floor. I'll be coming here for to teach him some, some
a few steps.
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
I have to. Yeah, there is a new one like the layers.
I'm not aware of that.
It's trending everywhere.
I see.
Yeah, it was started by one of the biggest dancers in the country. So we will get there.
Oh, then I haven't.
Maybe we'll feature him on
I'm
your
not-
platform, DGN. You'll be a daily guy. But anyway, Mr. Blade, thanks for having us and thanks for having this conversation with us. I appreciate the insights and everything that you've shared with us in this conversation. But before I go make you left, and I have some this or that I want to do with you. So I listed some things. I'll ask you this or this. Then
I'm ready for it.
Okay, so Ampadu or Dr. Pawabu? Ampadu. Why Ampadu?
He's my friend, and I've listened to his music a lot.
Okay.
The lyrics, I enjoy his lyrics.
Okay.
Even the beat is great. Yeah. And Pedu before, of course, he's been around for a while, but he's always been good. And therefore, as I said, first and foremost, the lyrics are good. And then secondly, his beat, for my age, it's quite good.
Okay. So the next one, Daddy Lumba or Kojo?
Daddy Lumba.
You are a DL fan?
I am Daddy Lumba's fan.
What's your favorite DL song?
Well, there was one song that this morning I was even playing it on my, that's May Dear Meet Me.
I want no man made me cry about for a year. So
it's nice to
politicians. Oh, okay.
That's right.
Rebecca say you.
Well, you do what you want to do.
Okay.
And that's what Nana done for himself. Number the son or
okay.
What you say now?
Okay.
And then will say that song.
So see. Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
I just love it. I've told somebody that's close to me that that's one of his best numbers.
Lumba is like a good writer. He writes.
It's not only with the beats, but the lyrics are good. Proverbs are excellent. But it's unfortunate that only Akan people understand it so much. Other people find his music, his language a little deep.
So language is a barrier?
To some extent.
Okay.
To some extent.
So you would advise our artists to be more, versatile when it comes to like language?
It should flow.
Okay.
For music will flow. Sometimes some music can catch up without people knowing even what the lyrics is all about. The Ivorian musician that came up one of the best songs that one could think of. People didn't understand the lyrics, but they love the beat. Music mainly is the beat. Yes.
Okay, so the next one is Stonebwoy or Shatawale? I
will always go for Shatawale.
Hey! You are a Shatta fan. Shatta has always been fighting me. He's always on my neck.
It's part of him.
I'm tired.
Yes.
I'm tired. He's always on my case. But you like him.
I like his
What's
music.
your favorite Shatawale song?
Oh, plenty. I can name one. But
you like Mahama Paper?
I'm not too sure I like that.
I know you will not be too sure about that.
Sure.
But yeah, Shatawale is like a fine artist.
Yes.
Very, very talented.
Extremely so.
He just likes violence.
It's unfortunate, but I think time is coming now. It come down.
Okay. Ampesi or Acheke?
I prefer Acheke, yes.
Acheke,
yes.
Okay. You don't like Brody Ampesi?
Not that much. The chewing is...
you don't like... Yeah, it's tedious.
Like
Your jaw and everything. I got you. Samsung or iPhone?
Of course, iPhone.
You use iPhone?
I use iPhone. I've never used any other one.
Ukita any Android phone or touching Mr. Freddie Blair uses iPhone. Who uses iPhone? What series? Is it the 12, the 13, or you have the current one, the 16?
I don't have the 16.
Oh.
I have is it the 14 or 15?
The 15? That's close to 16.
Yeah, but I didn't buy that one.
Oh, okay.
One of my children bought it for me.
So you be iPhone person?
I'll be used to it, that's
okay. NPP or NDC?
Of course. You don't ask this question.
I'm just being I'm playing the devil's
advocate. I'm against NDC. I'm for NPP.
Okay, Benz or BMW?
That's a very difficult question. At the moment, I used to be a BM fan. I've been used to Benz, but honestly, I prefer BM.
BM, okay. BMW. Okay. Water or wine?
Water.
You don't like a bit of wine?
A little wine, yes, I do. But everybody loves water. It's healthy. So, but I take a little wine. I understand this day wine is not very popular. Even in Europe and elsewhere, people are moving away from wine and taking other stuff. But once you grow old, you take a little wine. People go for champagne.
Okay.
But I can't afford champagne all the time.
You can't afford champagne?
All the time.
Okay, all the time. I understand. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful conversation with Mr. Freddie Blay.
I'm happy.
Oh yeah, I'm happy.
I'm glad that you did. I wish you could have.
I want to I feel like we should create a podcast.
One of these days.
Yeah, like no, we will create a podcast.
Yes.
Sheldon and Blay.
I'll be happy.
We'll just be talking.
You wouldn't make all the money alone.
Oh, is that But yeah, I had fun doing this with you. Like, I was nervous, coming to do this interview.
Oh, wow.
I was always dodging because this is not the space that I thrive. I do mostly entertainment.
That's okay.
Yeah, when it comes
I would have loved to talk even entertainment.
Yeah.
That's right.
What inspired, you have Daily Guide, DGN. When I came in, I saw like DGN on the TV and it's like you are everywhere.
DGN it's my platform.
Yeah, the media,
yes.
a media company.
Yes.
I own Sheldon Studios.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I've been told. Good.
So you are doing a lot. And you are challenging us.
No, I'm not. You have come to overtake us.
Oh, you are still. But yeah, you are like a man of taste. So it's beautiful to see all these things, and I'm looking forward to collaborate with you guys when it comes to DGN and the content that you guys put out and everything. That would be nice.
Yes,
that would be nice.
Entertainment is good.
Yeah.
Entertainment keeps us alive.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's true.
You can also make a little good money.
Yeah.
But it's not so much the money, obsession with the money, but it
art
keeps the heart glowing.
Yeah.
It makes people feel good.
Yeah.
I think you're doing well. We appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you very much. Right. Coming from you, I appreciate.
But let the youth also not make entertainment just their industry. They should strive to bring a lot of blessing, a lot of goodness, a lot of invention, a lot of productivity.
True.
Let this country, which is blessed already, move on. Then, of course, there will be more employment.
Yeah.
For many of their brothers.
The government can't do it alone.
Absolutely. The government doesn't do much at all.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Convo with the Head with Mr. Freddie Blay. Subscribe to the channel. Our podcast is coming. Sheldon and Blay, the podcast is coming. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, share. See you on the flip side of things. We out.